Those are really quick. It's just to explain how to export from Premiere Pro and bring it to your YouTube channel. All right, so very quickly, say you have, or in my example, a very simple timeline. It's only a few seconds. Um, One critical part is the rendering bar. This bar right here. I'm just going to zoom in on it so you can see. This indicates what you want to export. So technically, if I shrank this, it would only export this amount of time and exclude the last second of my timeline. If I did this, it will actually include all this black space at the end. So that's not good. So make sure you have the rendering bar. It's very critical that you understand how that works. This indicates what part of your timeline you want to export. So say you have all your media, you have music and audio, graphics and video and animation stuff, and it's all in that timeline. Make sure you have the actual sequence timeline highlighted. If I don't have this highlighted, say I have this one, this is going to be exported. So make sure it's this is in particular. And for some reason, if you click on something else, it won't highlight this. It won't export. For example, I have nothing highlighted except for this area. And if I go to File and Export, notice I don't get the media active. So make sure that you're clicking on the area that you want to export. With that selected, I'm going to go File, Export, and now media is now an option. So make sure you have the render bar and the timeline sequence selected. You click on media. You can also press Command M or Control M on a PC. Command M will be Macintosh, of course. And this box will pop up. And for YouTube, there's different formats you can use. Like on a Macintosh, the QuickTime shows up. Me personally, I like using the h264 codec. Essentially, that makes it a mp4. Now, the main thing you want to make sure is it's export video and audio are clicked off. So make sure those boxes are clicked. That the output and the source are similar frame rate and sizing. So in this case, my source was 1920 by 1080, and I'm exporting essentially the same format. So this is good. So by default, Premiere Pro will pick a preset for you. If you need to shrink it down to something else, you can pick some of the presets and find something that will fit a, say, Android phone or an Apple phone, etc. But by default, Premiere will find the best preset that matches what you're trying to output to. Okay. Right here where it says output name, very important. You're going to click on this and you just tell the computer where you want to save this. So when you click on it, name it the way you want. For my courses, I always like having last name, first name, and the project. So you pick and choose how you want to name it, and put it somewhere where you're gonna recognize the end file. Okay, so in my case, it's desktop, and it's gonna be called Almeida David _ focus blur, and there'll be an mp4 file on my desktop afterwards. Okay, so drop this down. If you're a PC user, very similar. Just pick somewhere in your C drive or your documents or your desktop as well. Okay, press save. And there's two options. You have the queue and export. If you're just exporting something very quick, no need to go to queue. Queue is more for like if you're exporting multiple timelines and you still want to go back into Premiere and edit. If you don't care for that, just use export. It's the easiest way. You press export. What this does on that location, it makes a mp4 file, and under my desktop will be that file. So if you should hear a beeping sound, and voila, you're done. If you're on YouTube, and I have my YouTube channel here, you log in. I'm not going to show you how you log in. You should know how to do that. And you have this icon right here that says upload. Click on that, and the interface should change, and you should be able to upload content. A few ways you can do this. You can click and drag a video from your desktop to this area right here. Or if you just click on it, it'll activate a dialog box from the computer. In this case, I'm going to go tape modified. There's my focus blur. I'll press open. It's now going to upload the file to my YouTube. And one thing you got to make sure is that you got to publish it, okay, before it goes live. If you don't publish it, it actually doesn't go live and recognize to. And I was very quick because my video is only 4 seconds. So I have it defaulted to name the file. But if you need to, you can always change this and call it something else. Be careful if you want your to be private or public. Some people just want to put a video on YouTube and then maybe give them a link to someone else. So I'm going to publish this. It'll show that there's a link address here. If you want to show it to somebody, you might want to copy that link and paste it. If not, people who subscribe to your YouTube channel can view that video. But most people want to maybe copy this text by copying and going to an email like that as well. Type in their email address and they'll get a link to this video. So there's your tutorial on how to export in Premiere Pro and then add to YouTube. That's the way I do it. There's other ways and other people online showing you different ways to do that. Cheers.